Hey everybody, it's Kyle. I am coming to you from my car again. I got a feeling there'll be a lot of this. I hope that I can find my microphone, man. I have been looking everywhere for it, my little portable Samson. I love that little thing, and I have no freaking idea where it is. I swear. I've even got the cable for it still in my car here, but I don't know what happened to the actual device. It sucks. Although, you know what? Now that I think about it, someone did get into my car. Gosh, that was probably like 2-3 months ago, and went through all my shit in my car, and I must have just left it unlocked outside in front of our house or something. But yeah, so I don't know if they just took it or what, but I bet you that's what happened. All right, so I just solved that. I'm like Sherlock Holmes. Okay, let's see. We'll get into the computer stuff in a moment, but let's talk about what's bugging me. All right. And I'll go ahead and tie it into this whole computer thing, okay? What's bugging me right now would definitely have to be the fact that there are so many people out there that either think that what they have is worth more money than it is, or that are trying to rip you off when it comes to buying parts and or computers, you know? And the number one rip-off artists, I will come out and say it right now, are the pre-made or pre-built computer systems that you can get in big box stores and even online and stuff too, but the ones made by the big manufacturers. So like I'm talking about HP or Dell or Razer or Alienware. Alienware is a really bad one. Lenovo too. Lenovo's actually all right, but those computer manufacturers for these gaming rigs, I mean, the laptops, some of the laptops they have are fine, but the desktop systems that they're trying to push off on people are ridiculous, man. If you're listening to me and you want a gaming computer, you don't have to buy it from me, but go buy all the parts and build it. It is not difficult at all. You know, Windows is way cheaper than you think, too. I mean, if you go buy some of the parts, like if you even go buy one part at newegg.com or at Micro Center in person, if you want to go there, you can get an OEM copy of Windows, okay? Windows 10 or 11. It's meaning you get the full version, and then you just have to install it and all that jazz. So it's really not all that hard, you know? I mean, I will say this. In building this system that I've built, yeah, it got a little hairy around some of the drivers I needed for the video card, but I already heard that Radeon video cards, AMD video cards are kind of a pain in the ass when it comes to drivers. Actually, it's really not that big of a deal. You download one piece of software called from Radeon, I don't remember what it's called, but it's just one piece of software you download. It finds your card, gets the right drivers, all that shit, and then boom, your system works. So it's really not that difficult, but you do have to download it separately. It's not included in Windows. And Windows sometimes cannot find drivers to some of your stuff. So if you have some older stuff, you can run into issues there. The Gigabyte motherboard that I have did have some extra features and stuff on it. And so, you know, Windows is like, what the fuck is this? You know? So I did have to go get the drivers and all that to make it run properly. But, yeah, that's fine. You can find out anything you need to know about this by going to YouTube or even just by Googling it. I am in 3 different flipping PC groups on Discord, okay? I never really used Discord ever until I started messing with this idea. And the awesome thing about it is it's Elijah's Lab, two-wheeled something, I can't remember his name, and then FC, Flipping Computers, I don't remember. But they're all on YouTube, okay? And they're so awesome, man, and they all have Discord, so you can go in there and there's a group of other people that are doing this, and maybe they're a little more seasoned than you are in some respects, and so they can help you, man. They've answered questions for me. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I wanted. I hate how much these pre-built systems, how much these big companies are charging for a pre-built system. And they are cutting corners in places, guys. Their motherboard's usually kind of sucky. The upgradability can be kind of shitty. It's just not a good plan. When you can buy all the parts and save yourselves sometimes $1,000, man, there's no way on earth I would do that. How do I know how to do this? Well, I do have kind of a knack for technology and stuff without ever really taking any classes or anything like that on it. I just kind of can figure things out. But it started a long time ago when my buddy Tommy and we used to work at let's see, what was it called? Stop and Save Software. It was an offshoot of Electronics Boutique. It was like the discount version of Electronics Boutique. Yeah, right. There were no discounts. But like in an outlet mall or something, that's where you'd find Stop and Save. There wasn't a lot of them around the U.S. But that's where I started building computers. I'd never built a computer before that. And we're talking, late 90s, mid to late 90s. So that's where I started building them. And, Tommy and I just would work on them together sometimes and end up building these systems. I think we might have even built one or two for some kids that had the money or whatever. And, charge them like nothing to build it. But what I'm getting at is you're getting ripped off if you do that, okay? So don't do that. The other thing is this. If you're looking for parts or anything online and you're using like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or eBay or even Amazon, and even, Newegg, and definitely AliExpress. Stay the hell away from there. Unless you really know what you're doing, stay away from AliExpress. But if you're using some of those, you got to really watch out, man, because there are so many people out there who don't know what they're doing. And they're like, oh, I got this gaming computer. It's awesome, man. I'm going to charge $900 for it. And, yeah, it ain't worth $900. I can tell you that. So don't fall into that trap. The other thing, too, would have to be, hold on just a second. So the other thing that I was going to say is that people just, right now, there is a huge shortage of chips and everything for video cards. So that's kind of known. It's out there in the news and stuff. So people have friends that do know what they're doing. Tell them, man, you should sell that video card. You can ask a lot for it. And they're charging way too much, man. I mean, I'm not happy with what I paid for an RX 460, with just 2 gigabits of DDR5 RAM. But it works, man. It works pretty good, actually. Would I like something better for that kind of money? Absolutely. So I'm just saying, just watch out if you're looking around on Mercari or OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace or eBay or Craigslist. Watch out. And if you see something for sale on there and you're like, man, that's a little pricey, do a little bit of research on the other sites and just see roughly what that should cost. Okay? Because if you don't, you're going to get ripped off, I promise. So that's what's bugging me today, guys. I know. It all ties into gaming and the gaming rig I'm building and all that. And you're damn right, it sure does, man. But when I come back after this quick break, I'm going to throw it over to Kyle. But when I come back, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things I'm into. I'm going to give you guys a quick report on the Sys01 or first gaming system that I'm building and how that whole thing has gone. So let me throw it over to Kyle first. Hey, Kyle. All right, and we're back, everybody. So, what I was going to do right there, believe it or not, you guys are on another journey with me for parts. Let me just go over the debacle I had. So, yeah, it definitely wasn't as simple putting the system together as I thought, but it really wasn't that difficult either once. And, beginner's mistakes. I'm not used to messing with all this gaming oriented PC part madness. I'm a little used to it because I did one for my son, but that's not a real high power thing. Not that this is either, but this is definitely more high power than what he's got. And so, I just wasn't used to the motherboard. I got this, you know what motherboard I got. I'm not going to go through all that. But, yeah, it's a great motherboard. It's just, there's a lot more to it than I thought. So anyway, my original intention was there's an NVMe slot, or not an NVMe, it's an M.2 slot. I think it does do NVMe, or just regular M.2. There's a slot right on the board, so I put the 128 gig SSD on there just as a boot drive, No problem. Installed Windows off my flash drive. Works perfectly, right? The big problem would be it never shows me the 500 gig hard drive I bought. Just a regular spinning 500 gig hard drive. No matter what I do, I try and do every trick in the book. I'm reading about it. I'm watching YouTube videos. Nothing. Well, I then take this. I have a dock downstairs, just a USB 3 dock, and you can plug any type of drive in it. And so I take that sucker and I plug it into this system, and it's got a work drive in it. Immediately, this system recognizes the work drive. And I was like, that's weird. Okay. So I stopped that, eject it and all that, put the new 500 gig drive in there, turn it back on. Still, this system will not recognize it. I tried everything I could, but then I noticed click, 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 click. I'm like, what the hell is that? That sounds like it's broken. So I went and got some other drives I have, which I know are broken. Same exact thing. So it was a shitty drive to begin with. Luckily for me, I found a guy right here in Lenexa who had a 500 gig SSD. And I swear, I'm never, ever, ever using a spinning hard drive in any of these builds again. Because they just suck, man. They're slow. For archiving and stuff, maybe, but in general, like I do have a RAID on my Mac Pro at home, and I do have some backup drives and RAIDs that I use for work, but in general, I'm not using spinning drives anymore. They're just horrible. Not going to do it. So I got this 500 gig Barracuda SSD. I'm going to take her home, plug it in. I bet everything's going to work perfectly after I format it, and we're set. That's all she wrote. I'm happy. The other thing I did is I found somebody who's selling the exact same RAM as I got. Those two 4 gig chips. I found it online. I think they're up in Nebraska though, and they had it pretty reasonable. So I said, hey, if I pay you what you're asking plus $5 for shipping, would you send those to me? And they're like, yeah, no problem. So I am going to have 16 gigs in this system. So I can go back to charging what I was originally going to charge. And now with this SSD in there, I probably can even charge a little bit more and then come down if I need to. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. The cool thing is I do have some video to show you guys, and I'll link it in the notes of this thing operating, of this thing working, and all the RGB. It looks pretty slick, man. It's a pretty neat device. And the motherboard lights up, and of course the front of the case lights up like I told you, and it's nice. It's a nice looking system, so I'm excited about it. My son is going to help me do some benchmarking for Fortnite and Rainbow Six and a couple other things. I'm sure my daughter will too. And I did run Heaven on it, the benchmarking software, and I was getting for 1920 by 1080. I was getting on medium settings over 60 frames a second, so more like 70 or so. So it's easily going to handle Fortnite and all the games that I'm talking about, even with that little 2 gig DDR5 RX 460 I got in there. So I'm happy with that as well, man. I think we're going to have a successful little system. And the upgradability is astronomical, man. Whoever buys this from me is going to have so many options in the future. I mean, there's a really fast Core i7 that you can put in this thing. That'll be the top of the line you can put in this particular system. But if you did that and then you went ahead and, got maybe a bigger SSD on the motherboard, or just keep that one and add some of the little 2.5-inch SSDs for storage. And even if you wanted to do the SLI video card thing, because it does do the SLI deal for 2 video cards, if you wanted to do that. I mean, you could really have a killer system. So it's nice, man. I'm very happy. All right, I'm going to quit talking about it. Let's talk about what I'm into. Obviously, I'm really into this PC, man. It's just that I focus on it so much. It's hard for me to, when I'm in the middle of this, and I think it's because it's the first system, it's hard for me to not focus on it and be excited about it. Once I get this one under my belt, I'll feel a little bit better, and it'll run. I'll be able to take my mind off it and think about other things again. But until I got it, until the end of the night tonight, I'm gonna be working with this thing and getting some pictures and stuff, probably either this evening or tomorrow, and posting it for sale, and we'll see what happens. All right. Okay, so what am I into? Well, music, nothing really new since the last time I talked to you guys. Again, I know that Urge Overkill album will come to me as soon as it's released. I'm very excited about that. There's not really much else I'm looking for as far as vinyl goes right now. I am excited about the halftime show for the Super Bowl, even though the Chiefs are not in the Super Bowl. The halftime show is going to be great, man. I like everybody that's in it, and I'm really looking forward to that. And so's my wife and my kids as well. I mean, yeah. My kids have grown up listening to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. And not so much Eminem, maybe a little bit. All right. As far as what I'm watching right now, I told you guys we watched Donnie Darko. That was great. The kids really like that a lot. We're still watching Cobra Kai. I'm interested in watching Nightmare Alley, which just became available on HBO Max. So I'll be curious to see that, but it looks really great. It's Guillermo del Toro's film. Looks really weird, of course, because he's doing it. Want to watch that. House of Gucci, maybe. That's on Prime, I think. I may watch that. Sorry for the windshield wipers, guys, but it's kind of spitting some rain and stuff here, and it looks like we're going to get some snow tonight. It's going to get a little ugly. That's why I'm trying to do this and get on home. So if you hear those, I apologize, but there's not much I can do about it. I got to be able to see. So, yeah, I mean, those are about the only things I'm really interested in watching. There's not much else out there that I'm like, oh, I got to see this. And then as far as reading, yeah, same old comics. Nothing really new. Same stuff. I mean, there is the adult or the Black Label Swamp Thing series, the Green Hell or whatever that's called. I'm interested in that, man. I hope that keeps going. I really like it. I loved the Batman ones, and they were about $6 each, but they were, definitely more pages and really noir look to them. I love those. I wish they would have continued it, but they didn't. So, man. The other thing is, I don't know if you guys have seen the new Batman trailer, but it looks, man, that movie's going to be great. I hope it's as good as it looks. I've heard all kinds of crazy things, like it's going to be 3 hours and all that stuff. Highly doubt that. I could see 2.5, but I'll be amazed if it's over 2.5. But no matter how long it is, it looks awesome. I will be totally into it. The other one that I watched, what is it? Oh my gosh, I'll look it up. Something Yang, I believe. Replacing Yang or something like that. It's about an android that malfunctions, and it's a family. It's part of the family, and the kid is really attached to this android. Okay, he looks like an adult Asian man, but the kid and this android, the kid's grown up around this android, and the android kind of breaks down, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. This movie looks amazing. I cannot wait to see this movie. I saw a trailer for it, and I'll put it in the notes. You guys are going to have to check that out as well. That's it, though, guys. There really is nothing else right now. Again, I'm just trying to get this system built out and get it up for sale. And I'll be excited to show that off to you when I do and let you know how it went. And, of course, I will let you know, roughly how much money I made on selling it and all that. Yeah, so that's it. Not much else going on. I hope you guys are doing good. If you're in the Kansas City area, be safe because it's getting snowy and ugly. All right. I'll catch you guys later. It shouldn't be really too difficult of a thing for you to get off my lawn.